All right, she's back. Happy Thursday. I'm Dana. I am here with your channel, Added Beauty, and we're here to talk about what's beautiful today. Let's talk about it. So, I'm still just working on being grateful, and also like making some real substantial changes in my life to add that beauty, to add that peace, to add that joy, and to make my life look more like what I really want it to look like. And I hope to bring you along with me so you can do the same if that's what you're looking for. I feel like I'm making a lot of progress. So I didn't make videos the last couple of days because I was working on some stuff in the background. Learning a little bit more about how to make my videos more polished. We'll get there. I am waiting for some equipment I bought, like, better camera, that kind of thing. But also I'm taking the time to learn from others who do this, how to better do this. And at the same time, I've just been having a lot of creative ideas flowing. And so I've taken the time to just write it down, flesh it out, and really put some things together. So, it's one of those where you want to just take a few minutes to regroup and come back bigger and better, and so I am. Also, still plugging away on my personal stuff, right? I'm still looking for a gig. I have one, thankfully. Interesting things happening there, but I have one. And, still interviewing. So I learned today one of the ones that I was looking at that would have taken me across country didn't happen. And I think that's actually for the best because I wasn't really sure I wanted to go across country, but it was one of those where I think there was a bunch of us. It was pretty hotly, contested job. And then the final two that they asked to come on site were local people. So I actually just think they didn't really want to pay to send people out there to do it. One of the questions they asked me in my interview was, how would I feel about relocating and could I live in the cold? And it's actually in an area where I went to nursing school there. So yes, I've lived in the cold and I have family there. So yes, I could do it. But I think they want to stay within a certain salary range, which is probably under for me. And they also probably didn't want to pay to have me come back there to do the in-person interview. So those are both signs that that's not the one for me. So we keep going. Meanwhile, I had 2 more calls from headhunters today. So we'll see what they come up with. And at the same time, I'm just plugging away at my current job and giving it 110%, even though I don't get that back very often at all. But I had a nice day today because I got into, it's been a little over a year now, I got into a program that's within the company, not like just my local hospital, but like the company at large. They do a leadership academy type of program that is more like formation. It's not specifically just how to be a leader. There's a lot of kind of holistic things that are involved with it, which of course is right up my alley. So each time we meet, there's a different sensory thing that they have us do as part of the 2-day activity. So this is day 1. I go back for day 2 tomorrow. And this time the sense that we were working on was sight. And so, there's always a luminary that speaks. There's always interactive questions and answers in the room, and some journaling. And then there's at least, like maybe one of the regional or big boss people will interview somebody or be interviewed about whatever. And then just interaction with your cohort. So it's in a cohort. And I think the program's about 1.5 years, so I'm about a year into that. And it would be nice to finish it before I left, if that's possible. And so, in the meantime, I'm just going with it and enjoying it. And this time, the site project, the second half of the day, they had us drive over to an art studio. And at the art studio, we did 2 different types of art projects. So the first one was learning how to do a little stained glass thing, and then the second one was doing a watercolor painting. So they taught you some little basics of how to mix colors and how to do little techniques for brush strokes, and then have you try to make some floral looking thing. You could do it however you wanted, abstract or kind of like, it's not the same as a paint and sip. There's no like, try to make it look like this. It's just, you know, go for it. And the same with the stained glass. It was like you pick your own little pieces of glass. You could kind of form it together, small, you know, like maybe this big. And so I learned how to do stained glass today. Which is actually really cool, because one of the things that I'm working on in terms of what my offering will be is helping my, I don't want to say customers, I guess I want to say my community, find out some more of the things that we love to do and be able to do them. So, you know, I feel like we get so busy these days, and it's hard to really carve out time for like hobbies. Or maybe that's just Black and brown women, I don't know. You know, once in a blue moon, I'm really, I'll make something happen, but I don't have like regular, oh, I go play pickleball every, you know, other week, or, you know, it's whatever the thing might be. But I know like some people are in book clubs, some people are, you know, they have like a group that goes and exercises or hikes together, you know, cooking classes. I want to take more opportunities to learn new skills, but also just do things that I enjoy doing. And it's also in the hope that it will open me up to more people who enjoy doing the same things that I like to do too. Because I think it's also hard to like make new adult friends. And it's not necessarily for me anyway, doing these activities wasn't really for the purpose of making more friends. It's never a bad thing, right? If you meet somebody else who you vibe with. But you know, these kind of activities like what I did today just reminds you how much it's good to tune into your creativity and express yourself that way. Let go of, you know, whatever type of perfection things you got going on, because, you know, when you're first learning a skill, whatever it is, especially if it's something artistic or creative, even if you're very artistic, and I'm pretty artistic, but you're not going to be perfect right off the top, right? So you can't stress yourself out about it if it's a little wonky or not perfect. But it is an opportunity to use your brain in a different way, use your hands more, you know, giggle and interact with other folks while they're struggling too, or maybe help them while they're struggling too. So I think those kinds of activities are valuable. They also probably help reduce your cortisol level and just kind of help you to change the subject in your brain for a while. So I think I had mentioned in some other videos, I'm going to be more deliberate about doing those kinds of things more consistently. Like certain things that I really always wanted to do that sometimes I thought maybe I'm gonna have to put it off until I retire. And then, you know, with this shift in mindset, I'm really working on like, why would I wait, right? For a lot of things, why would I wait? So, you know, I was picturing myself being an artist in my retirement, like I don't know, Georgia O'Keeffe or whoever it would be. Only because she started, you know, later in life doing that and had a full career. But again, why, right? Why can't I do some of that now in my spare time, or make some time? Like, I think you have to pencil in some time to follow your bliss. I mean, it's kind of a cliche, but it's true, right? If you don't make time for yourself, who's going to? It's the same concept of if you don't treat yourself well, nobody else will, right? Because you have to show them and teach them and tell them and expect for them to treat you well. And if they don't know what your expectation is, they can't meet it. And if you don't hold the standard, neither will they. So, I mean, it's the same kind of concept. If you want to do some of these things, have, you know, more balance in your life, you have to carve it out. So that's what I'm working on. Like, I really was hoping to get more videos done in the last few days too. And at the same time, I had to recognize that, you know, I'm only one person, I've only got so much time, and it might behoove me to spend a little more time to get a little more prepared, like anything else, right? Like for your job interviews, spend some time and learn about the place before you go do the interview so you can speak intelligently about it. You know, I'm spending some time to do my research, and I had to laugh because, you know, with one of the companies that tries to get you to take their coaching class, like to teach you how to be a coach, one of the ads was like, don't think about it too long. And I know that's, you know, because they want you to kind of impulse buy or you know, agree to do the program and pay for it before you can talk yourself out of it. And to a certain degree, that can be true, right? You could be somebody who, not over preps, but like maybe is very analytical. And so you can get down a rabbit hole of analyzing. I'm a Virgo, so sometimes I've been accused of that. But at the same time, I'm like left hand and right hand. Like, I can write with my left hand, I can write with my right hand. I use my left brain, I use my right brain. And so it's like analytical side and creative side. And, you know, but I did find that I was kind of looking at several different programs before I decided where I wanted to go. And ultimately, I got a referral from a friend of my daughter's who's a very famous YouTuber, who recommended someone that he knows is doing some coaching and not charging an arm and a leg, and just is, you know, so far just seems to be kind of real and down to earth and doing her thing while she's bringing you along too, which I think is the best way. And so far she's been accessible, and the price is very, very, very reasonable. So I think that was a blessing, right? My time spent digging around and researching and not quite biting on this one that costs, you know, $2,500, or this one that costs $3,000, or this one that costs $5,000. I messed around, and this bubbled up to the top, and here we are. So hers is called Creator College, and it's like $20 a month. And, you know, that even includes like office hours and things to talk to her back and forth and have her analyze some of your things. And so, I mean, how are you gonna do better than that? And, you know, in a lot of cases you get what you pay for, but so far I see like a lot of added value. So I'm just taking some time to see, you know, that content too. And over the next couple of weeks, you should start to see some changes. I'm really excited too about using my theme music. I believe everybody should have theme music. Just in life, not for your YouTube channel, but just like, what's your pump me up song? You know, what's your makes you happy, makes you smile song? Or what's the song you dance around to in the kitchen while you're cooking your food? You know, maybe that's your song. And so in my content that I am working on, the product that I have, you know, we'll work that out too. So I think that'll be fun. You know, aside from that, just at this moment, I don't know when you'll see this video, but whether it's in real time or days, weeks, months, years later, currently we are at war. And you know, some of the time in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 days that I haven't posted a video, I've been trying to figure out, like, to what degree do I want to be, you know, ready in case something happens here locally and we need to be somewhere else. I live near an area that could be considered a high value target, and I am in California. And at this time, there's been reports about submarines being offshore and all kinds of other things happening. I believe in God. I'm gonna be all right either way. But that does not mean that you shouldn't still prepare. It's an and, it's not a but, right? So can't tell you how many people out here in California or just in general really are like, okay, but do you have your go bag? Do you have your extra water? Do you have, your shelf stable canned goods and dry goods and that kind of a thing? I think you also need to have a certain amount of cash on you. And a lot of people are predicting that in 4 to 6 months, we would potentially be having a big power situation, and maybe you need to be prepared for if you were having to live without power for a while and cook and feed yourself without power for a while. So now it's like, well, do I need to buy a generator? I think, we have bags that could be a go bag. We have, my cabinets are kind of busting already anyway. I kind of function like that. If I see good deals on something, I'll buy it. If I'm not going to use it, I'll donate it. We have these Amazon fresh grocery stores near us, and they're all going out of business. And so things have been marked way, way, way down. And so I got a fair amount of stuff on a good price because Mama likes a deal. And so I've been real busy, just like, lifing. And, but I've committed to this, and I really want to be helpful. Like, I enjoy healthcare to the degree that you're helping patients. I am good at the business aspects of it because I have to be for the departments that I work in. We're the revenue producing departments of the hospital. And so I have a lot of knowledge that way and a lot of experience that way. But like the politics of it, or, some of the places where it can feel like healthcare is more about business than about healthcare or about patient safety and things like that, that part can wear on you. And honestly, working a few things, at work, like I said, it's been interesting. Nothing really going on with me in particular, but just in the environment, and wanting to make sure that my staff feels covered, supported, backed up, that things are safe, all of those kinds of things. And so it's taken a little bit extra time and energy. And so it just brings me back again to prioritizing, right? I don't know, it was somebody said, like the energy, I'm trying to remember how he put it. It was in one of the sessions today. It was talking about gratitude, yes, but more like saying the things that you do, the energy that you bring. This is a pastor, not a priest. I mean, it's a Catholic hospital, but they're calling them fathers, but I don't think he was a priest. He said he had a female soulmate. So, okay, get it. I didn't see a ring, but I don't know what he exactly meant, but it sounded like he's saying he had a girlfriend. So maybe he's not a priest, but he is a father. Anyway, he was saying that, something basically to the effect of the energy that you bring, the consistency that you bring, the example that you bring, all of those kinds of things, opens a door or makes a space for other people to be better, or achieve more, or feel safer, and all of that things from the level of capacity that you give just facilitates them to have a bigger capacity. And I mean, of course, right? It's not rocket science, but at the same time, um, you can't pour from an empty cup. So what do you do? Oh, that's my dishwasher. Draining, you know how the dishwasher drains the water down the sink? Uh, so yeah, that's what's happening. But yeah, like I said, lifing. Here's lifing right now. But it was interesting the way he put it. He's an African gentleman, and you know, some of the ways, like the way he phrased things, made it sound more profound than if you just, you know, average Joe Schmo was like, yeah, so you know, do good, open some doors, people can, you know, walk through and do good. That's basically what he said. And but it sounded more like the circle of life, you know. So anyway, just I'm a little punchy right now. Disregard my silliness, but I'm glad to be back with you. I think at this moment we have to be a little silly. We have to find the fun. We have to find the joy. We can't stay frozen in fear or anxiety. My son was pretty anxious today. I think he was probably doom scrolling and saw some more stuff that got him worked up, and so he also needed to go spend some time with his sister while I was at work until I could come home, just so he felt a little more stable. And I think a lot of people are feeling that way, and they're going to while we're, you know, freaking at war. So I mean, for me, I would just say we're going to try to be as prepared as we can, and then we're going to set that preparation to the side and keep living our lives. And so I am going to straighten out my body, get comfies, all right, and flat-footed, take my deep breath right with you. Yep, feels good to get back at it, have the conversation with you. Invite you to come back and talk to me some more, and I'll talk with you some more. Like and subscribe. AddedBeauty 444. 444 is my number. It pops up for me all over the place, all over the time. And for whatever reason, I guess my mind or body is trained now too, that almost every day, sometimes at 4:44 in the morning, but definitely at least also at 4:44 in the afternoon, I usually somehow look at the clock and there it is. So that's why I chose that number. It's my angel number. But so AddedBeauty 444. Like, subscribe, tell a neighbor. Let's figure it out together. Let's ride through it together. Let's, you know, make something beautiful together. All right, get some rest. I'm gonna try also. Talk to you tomorrow.